Hello future dentists, welcome back to Exam Key Point Dentistry. Have you ever seen a patient with a backward lower jaw and wonder why orthodontics bring the mandible forward without surgery? And do you know which appliance works like herpes appliance but is more flexible and comfortable? Yes guys, today we are going to study the Jasper Jumper in a super easy and exam oriented way. If you are a BDS student preparing for the university exam, Viva or the quick revision, then this video is perfectly for you. Make sure to watch till the end because I will explain definition, appliance design, mechanism of action, indication, effect, advantages in very easy English with a diagram explanation. So let's start. So first, this is the Jasper Jumper Appliance. This is the Jasper Jumper Appliance. It is a functional orthodontic appliance which is used mainly for correcting the class 2nd malocclusal. So it is mainly used for correcting the class 2nd malocclusal. So quick question for you guys. In class 2nd malocclusal, which jaw is commonly deficient? The answer is yes, that is mostly the mandible is retracted. So now let's understand the introduction. So the Jasper Jumper is relatively new appliance, flexible, fixed, tooth-borne functional appliance. So what does fixed appliance means? It means the patient cannot remove it by themselves. Now this appliance was introduced by the J.J. Jasper in the year 1918, and one important exam point is it is similar to the herpes appliance. So but the difference is Jasper Jumper is more flexible and comfortable compared to the herpes appliance. Now look carefully at the diagram on this side. You can see this is a bracket on the upper and the lower teeth. This is a bracket which is upper and the lower teeth, and the flexible rod-like attachment is connecting them. So this is a rod-like attachment. So this flexible part help in positioning the lower jaw forward. Okay. So now we see the appliance design. So now let's discuss the appliance design. So the Jasper Jumper is attached to the fixed appliance that are placed on the upper end and the lower arches. Okay, so the Jasper Jumper works similarly to the tube and plunger mechanism of the herpes appliance. Okay. So this Jasper Jumper module is analog to the tube and plunger of the herpes appliance, but it is more flexible. But again remember, it is more flexible. The appliance is made up of, that is a stainless steel coil that is attached to both the ends of the stainless steel and cups at both the ends. Now look at this image carefully. You can see it is a coil in the center and this is a metallic end cups on the both sides. This central coil, it provides flexibility and the continuous force. Okay. Now this module has an opaque polyurethane covering for the purpose of the hygiene and comfortable. So now why is this covering given? Because yes, for the hygiene and for patient comfort. The Jasper Jumper are available in 6-7 different ranges, that is vary from 26 mm to 38 mm in length. So here the end caps are attached. This end caps are attached to the fixed appliance of the maxillary posterior and the mandibular anterior region. So which region receive the posterior attachment? The answer is maxillary posterior region. Okay. So posterior attachment, the fourth module is attached posteriorly to the maxillary arch by a ball pin that passes through the face board tube of the maxillary first molar. So here now look at this diagram. You can clearly see this is the upper molar attachment, lower canine area attachment. This is a lower canine area attachment and the flexible jumper is between them. So here this is a ball pin. This is a ball pin which is attached to the maxillary first molar. And here the anteriorly the module is encouraged to the lower arch wire that is a distal to the mandibular canine by a small bayonet band and the Lexan band. So this is a small bayonet band and the Lexan end through which it is attached. Okay. So here in maxillary it is attached by the ball pin and in mandible to the canine it is attached by the bayonet band and the Lexan band. Okay. Now we see the indication. So it is indication and the mechanism of the action. So indication is, it is indicated in class 2nd malocclusion with the maxillary axis and the mandibular deficiency. Now we see the mechanism of action. So here, the force module is selected by increasing the distance between the mesial aspect of the upper face bore tube and the distal aspect of the Lexan wall, which is distal to the mandibular canine. So here, the length of force module is selected by measuring the distance between the mesial aspect of the upper face bore tube and the distal aspect of the Lexan wall near mandibular canine. To this, then 12 mm is added. Why is extra length is added? Because when the patient bite, the module bend and curve. Okay, so thus when the teeth come into occlusal, the force module being longer tend to curve, thereby producing mesial force on the mandibular arch and the distal force on the maxillary arch. Okay, so now look at this diagram. Look carefully. On the upper arch, distal force act backward. So it is the distal force which is act will be backward, and the lower arch, the mesial force that is act will be forward. So what is the final effect? That is a correction of the class second relationship. So very common Viva question. Which force act on the maxillary arch? The answer is distal force. Now, effect of the Jasper jumper. So now let's discuss the effect. So the Jasper jumper produce skeletal changes and the dento-alveolar changes in the ratio of 40 and 60. That is a 40% skeletal changes and 60% dento-alveolar changes. Now the skeletal effect include hold and displace the maxilla distally, a small shift of pointed distally, clockwise rotation of the mandible, and the condylar move forward. So, does Jasper jumper mainly produce skeletal effect or dento-alveolar effect? The answer is more dento-alveolar effect will be produced. Now we see what are the dental changes of Jasper jumper are. That there is a posterior tipping and the introduction of the upper molar, backward tipping of the maxillary incisor, anterior translation and the tipping of the mandibular teeth. That is a forward movement and the tipping of the mandibular teeth, introduction of the mandibular incisor. Now let's see the advantages of the Jasper jumper. So it producing the continuous force. Does not require patient compliance by way of timely wear. So there is no need for patient compliance because it is fixed. Oral hygiene is easy to maintain. So tell me in comments which is the biggest advantage of fixed functional appliance. So guys, today we learned introduction, design, attachment, mechanism of action, indication, effect, advantages of Jasper jumper appliance. I hope this topic is now super easy for you. If this video helped you in your BDS preparation, then don't forget to like, share with your friend and subscribe to Exam Key for Dentistry. And thank you for the watching.